Okay, let's do a quick video on things to consider if you're considering selling your house that is in the probate process or you're in the probate process as the executor or the administrator of the estate. I'm Courtney Rollins, the probate specialist in North Carolina. I serve mostly the Durham and the RTP area of North Carolina. However, if you need support in probate or estate planning across the nation or really across the nation, reach out to me. I am connected to a network of nationwide estate professionals. No, I'm not an attorney or financial advisor giving any legal or financial advice. I am sharing my experience, and hopefully, it's helpful to folks. And it seems to be and has been helpful to folks. So I'm going to keep doing that. So here we go. Let's talk about a few things to consider if you're in the probate process in North Carolina and you want to sell property. First, you need to make sure that you have opened up probate, that you went down and filed petition for probate, whether there was a will left and now you are the executor or someone's been appointed the executor, or there isn't a will and someone's been appointed the administrator. These are mostly for large estates, which are over $20,000 in total property or property that's held by the estate as of 2024. And that would be a large estate. And quite often, if there's property involved and it's in the probate process, then that's going to shoot that. Usually, property is going to put it over the $20,000 mark. So go ahead and file. Know that it's going to take about 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, sometimes 2 months to get an appointment. So you want to do that early because there are a lot of people in the queue. Number two, you're going to be responsible for filing inventory in probate. That means gathering all of the property that is held by that person that's either partly controlled or held by them in that name. So go ahead and make sure that you know that that's going to be part of the process. Feel free to look at any of the resources that I have, or videos I've done, or articles done in the past, or reach out to me and I can help you at least give you my opinion on those steps. And the people at the state office should be able to give you a guideline as well through there. But they're a little more hands are more tied than I am because they definitely can't give any type of suggestions or offerings because of the position that they're in. Number three, you will need to file a notice of creditors. In North Carolina, the notice to creditors, which is a notice in a publication that is verified and approved by the county, allows creditors to know this estate is open and they're calling anyone who assumes there's debt to the estate to make their claim. That has to at least have run at least once, and you have an affidavit that it runs, and then it'll continue to run consecutively for 4 consecutive weeks. And then all creditors have 90 days after that, so 4 months total out there to put in their claims. But as soon as you are able to file it, show that it's been filed, that it was going to publication, you actually, for the most part, are able to, if you are controlling the estate, are able to then sell the property. But most closing attorneys are going to want that notice to creditors to see that at least creditors have put it out there. Another advice is to make sure that you have a bank account in the estate's name open so that you can do all this work and all the money can come and flow through that estate so that you're not commingling and getting into any challenges there. You may want to decide, or number four, decide how you want to sell it. Are you going to list it? Are you going to sell it yourself? Or are you going to find a cash buyer like me or folks at the Estate Pro Service? Um, they all have their different advantages and disadvantages. The time may be a factor, so listing it may be a challenge. That depends on how you're listing. If you're listing at a very competitive price, then you're going to get a lot of folks in and out. If you're selling it yourself, it may be you save that real estate commission. There may be some, if you're experienced with that, that's awesome. If you're selling to a cash buyer, usually that's pretty convenient. You are trading speed and convenience that you receive for a discounted price quite often. So it really depends on what your end goals are, but you need to consider what your dispo with how you're going to sell it. And number five, know that again, making sure that you have all the money that comes into the account from the estate is in one place so that you can distribute the assets to the heirs as dictated by the state laws or by the and by the will if there's a will available. It's very important. All right, so I know that was quick and dirty and fast, but we have a petition for open probate. Make sure that you're gathering the inventory. Make sure that you're filing that notice to creditors and getting those claims, ability to at least start the process of coming in. Make sure you decide how are you going to sell it, and know that you're going to be distributing the assets. You just don't put the money into your pocket. All right, I am right here, the middle hub as a probate expert, and can connect you to people on my team that can support you in pretty much any of your probate needs. Reach out to me, Courtney at estateproservice.com, www.estateproservice.com. I know this is a pretty quick video. I actually have some clients coming in pretty soon, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready for them and see how we can support them. And as I always say, this is the Life and Transitions Experts podcast. LITE. Let your light shine. Cheers.